nuts in it. God,
What about the oatmeal cookie?
it doesn't have any nuts in it, and it has nuts in it. God dang it!
I started recording because that was really funny.
What the?
You're just not
How?
going to have any cookies tonight.
What the? Peanut butter, peanut butter. Like yeah, like how you gonna bring me a whole thing and it got peanuts?
Put them down. Just stop. Just stop trying. They're
This
nuts in
one
all the
got
cookies.
peanuts too.
Just put it down. Put it down. Just stop eating
Look,
it, okay?
just go ahead. I'm
We don't need
gonna,
you. We don't need you swelling up on
actually,
camera.
this might just be oatmeal. Hold on, I might be. No, it's nuts. God,
Put the cookies down. Just stop. Just stop trying to eat
Christ.
them. All right. All right.
Hate y'all, man.
All right. All right. Composed. Welcome to the BINACT podcast, where we talk music, the people that make it, and the communities that listen to it. AD is allergic to nuts, so he can't have any of the cookies brought to him by his family. It's a shame.
The only thing I see here is left is a chocolate covered pretzel with M and M's
Just
on it.
don't try.
No, this one
Don't
actually there's no peanuts on it, so
don't even
good.
do it. Don't even do it.
God.
All
And
right. Well,
I know I can't eat nuts. What the? I swear to you. I swear to you.
don't say it out loud.
Fine, because the algorithm. All I'm going
Don't
to
say
say
it out
is
loud.
no. I'm going to say this. I swear there's a plan for my demise. That's it. And they're not.
The algorithm was not the reason I was going to tell you not to say it.
But I say to them too. Like you try to. No, but I can't say that word because the algorithm. YouTube.
Oh boy. Well, we're back. We are back with our last episode of the year. Because at the time of recording, it'll be the week before Christmas, which I don't really even know how we got here, honestly.
Speaking of
we're
that,
here.
I have no
We're
idea.
here.
I have no idea what I'm doing for Christmas
Let me
dinner.
tell you something. You said Christmas dinner?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I was going to say. There's a meme that says it's December, whatever day it is, and y'all gifts are still at the store. And that is honestly me at this point. I've got like 2 gifts.
Hold on. Hold up. Order mom's cafe. I think I actually got nearly everybody's.
I called my dad today. So why did me and my brother call my dad asking the same thing? My brother called my dad asking what to get me, and then I called my dad asking him what to get my brother. So I felt a sneeze coming on and it just went away. So I didn't want to sneeze into the camera. So into the camera or the microphone. But yeah, that happened. And I'm just like, and also this year I've finally decided to be kind of responsible when it comes to Christmas, because I have blown my budget every single year for a couple years, like ever since I've had a decent amount of money to spend on people. And this year I was like, I'm gonna just like not. I mean, like I want to spend what I got. Like Christmas has also, become the capitalistic participation of whose gift is bigger or better, and I'm kind of like over that part of it.
Do you
Like
want
I
to know?
love giving gifts, but
Do you know how? Do you know how I'm doing Christmas this year?
Are you giving everybody money?
I should, but no.
I
So
mean,
what I decided to do, and this tells you how much of a degenerate that I am, but
I'm a little
it's
concerned.
actually working a little. It's actually working for a fair amount of it. So they just started. They just legalized sports gambling, uh, sports gambling in my state.
That
Alabama.
wasn't legal before. I thought that was always legal.
Uh, it's like it's not for like if you're doing it from your phone. You had to like go to like certain locations.
Oh, I didn't
So
know it was illegal.
yep. So but it became legal like uh around Thanksgiving. So because I was like, all right, why the hell not? I got into these for the free plays. So the free money, right?
It is speaking Greek to me, y'all. I don't know what he's talking about.
You've been to a casino, haven't you?
I mean, once or twice, but I mean,
So you know, like if you sign up for X, Y, and Z or give a thing, they may give you like a certain amount of free play, right?
okay.
Which is free money.
Hmm.
So for me, they gave because I signed up and did like X, Y, and Z. I did like they basically gave me free bets for a certain amount, and
Oh, okay.
so what I did because couple of my bets actually hit. I've been using the winnings from that to pay for gifts,
I
and
mean,
that's
that's smart as hell.
my budget. So if my
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
yeah, so once that is gone, guess what?
I mean, okay. Okay. All right. I see you. Also, for those of you watching, I decided to pick up my mic. Am I extremely loud?
You sound all right.
Because I've been listening to some of my recordings and I don't sound bad, but I don't. If I put the mic down, I have to lean, like lean closer to it for it to be like super crisp, and then um,
Do you
I'd
need the
also
boom
be like,
stand?
I'm deciding on if I'm gonna buy one of those or not. Uh,
You should.
anybody listening, I was gonna say type one in the chat as if I were fucking streaming. I'm tired, y'all. So I'll get into that in a second. But if I should get a stand, let me tell me, tweet me or whatever. But I actually kind of like me just holding the mic like this on the camera.
Oh, you can. You can. Some people do it.
Yeah, they just hold it, but I don't know. Anyways, also, I'm tired, y'all. Like the fact that just another segue before the real segue before the rest of the episode.
Hmm.
The fact that we're expected to work these weeks between Thanksgiving and Christmas, like we should just all be off. There's nothing of substance is getting done. I mean, I've done like two pretty big things in the past like 2 weeks,
Hmm.
but that's it. Like everything is definitely like, let's talk about this January 1. The fuck are we talking about? Especially like I just realized Christmas is next week. I mean, because it falls on a Sunday, Christmas is next week.
Yeah, I have to put in my time. I have to put in. I have to put in my days off.
Oh yeah, I already did that. I put in a half day because I need to catch up on Mob Psycho 100. Shout out to Mob. I need to catch up on that anime. So I took a half day simply just to catch that up because I had like some extra days. And then I'm taking some days between Christmas and New Year because we get some days off for Christmas, like they are built in holidays or whatever. So
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
get. I gotta use my personal time, but
Mm.
even with me taking that time, ask me if I'm really going to be able to do what I want to do, which is just lounge around, watch TV, and play video games, and not be bothered all day long.
Let me tell you. So as I mentioned in the group chat, I feel like I don't know. As for me in my house, asking for that, like I really be meaning it. And I mean, I asked for that from everyone involved, including the children. And I just another thing that I'm gonna put in that is a segue to the segue. Um, everybody can parent in their own way, but as me learning how to be my version of a parent, I've decided that having boundaries with even your children is important. And yeah, like not maybe not if you have like infants or toddlers because obviously they can't do anything for themselves. But when your children hit a point of being able to do something for themselves, it's okay as the adult to be like, "You know what? I'm going to need you to do that." Or I'm going to need you to handle that. Like I'm going to need you like
Earn your keep. That's why I tell. That's why I tell mine. You got to earn your keep around here.
because like during the holidays, and I mean, don't get me wrong, like there's family time and stuff, but on my days off, I literally be like, brain off. Today is my day off. I am not answering to anyone. Anyone. Nobody.
Yeah,
Need something? Ask somebody else. I'm not here. Like pretend
yeah.
like I don't exist.
Yeah, I don't have that luxury because gotta do the. Uh, just thinking about it actually makes me depressed. Oh, you said that you had something that you wanted to
Yeah.
tell
Anyways,
me.
I was just saying. So today the shenan of the beginning of the episode.
The shenan. of the episode. Is this
I heard.
okay?
I watched a YouTuber say that today, and it stuck. So remember how a couple weeks ago I said that I blocked all of those hip hop DX forever, hot hip hop news daily, blah 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 blogs. So today I had a scuffle with one of them because I muted them, and so something came up. Somebody
Is this on
retweeted it.
Twitter?
Yes, somebody retweeted something, and it was like this tweet is muted or blocked or whatever. And so I clicked on it and I said, against my better judgment, I'm gonna see what the fuck this is. Why did I do that? You ask. I don't know. I wasn't in my right mind. So clicked it, and it was the story about this nigga Drake buying them fucking buying that necklace.
Oh, I saw that.
The comments were hilarious. Like the comments were so funny.
I,
I,
this is
and
this is how,
I had to bring it to you to make you laugh because what the fuck?
this how you know that you either just bored or there's just some, I don't know. It's bored, petty, or you, or there's something like slowly going on there, or I mean, at this, it's a pseudo cry for help.
All of it to me is just stupid, and the reason that I'm mad is because like somewhere out there, most of the comments that I saw were like, "This nigga need help." But like
I agree with
somewhere
that
out
part.
there, somewhere out there, there's somebody that's like, "No, that's fucking dope. Look at the fucking chains." Like just like somewhere out there, there's somebody like gassing that shit, and I'm just concerned
Sheep.
because. And it like not only is it weird, like it's weirdo behavior because first of all, there's like it almost feels like a lie. And like it's almost like one of them stories on Reddit where it's like where you like where people be typing in and they just like fabricating a story. Like it feels like a lie. Like that's not it can't even be true.
40 that he got 42 diamonds.
Because first of all, that's 42 different women. Drake, be fucking for real.
That he thought about proposing to,
For those of you who can't see my face, it's not amused.
which I can already tell you maybe 3 out of that 42 were probably
42. Like definitely one is Rihanna, fine. But the rest, who cares? And first of all, I'm not even trying to name them, right? I don't give a fuck.
what we'll say. Let's just do this for shits and giggles. Let's just do it for shits and giggles, right?
I mean, okay, Rihanna.
All right. I think the other one is I guess the girl's name is it Kiki, or the childhood one that ended up like being like a VJ in Canada or something like that, or a
I
singer.
don't know. And now this girl, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not up on Drake's lore for this.
Like
girl.
I think you got that. I think you got that one. So number 3. Who's number 3? Who do you think?
I don't know. I don't know Drake's love life like that.
Maybe his baby mom's just for the.
I don't think he liked that lady because if he ever liked her, he wouldn't have hid that child like that. He can't like that lady. He hate her actually.
Jesus.
Like there's no way that you, if somebody that you love like that you would do her like that. He hates her.
It may not have been a thing. Like he thought about doing it for the kid.
Huh?
Thought about getting married to have the stable family home.
Oh, boo! I don't know. I mean, maybe, but also, this is a whole separate conversation. I'm not gonna even dig too much into.
Oh yeah, we could go into relationships.
No, I just be very very confused at you niggas that be like, yeah, you know, I don't want to be with her, but I sleep with her and have a baby by her. Like something wrong with y'all. Again, something y'all need help too. But this is not the route that we're going.
Nah,
all
but
I have to say,
I say 3 out of the 42 are actually legit, while the rest is just strippers.
Right, like it feels like, oh yeah, I saw her fat ass walk in the mall. I should wife her, and then like he buys a fucking diamond. And again, seeing the picture, like they're fucking like really nice diamonds. Obviously, like they're probably all the great qualities or whatever. But like it's just so wild. And Drake, like literally, even if it's not true, because it's not like it came from Drake's mouth or whatever. And I don't know if he posted on Instagram, but literally the tweet could have just said Drake bought a really nice necklace with a bunch of diamonds on it. And like, fine, okay, cool. He bought a fucking necklace, but not this goofy ass. Well, like all the women that I would have loved before. Well, like it's fucking gag me with a spoon. Go away. And again, against my better judgment, I clicked on that shit, and now it had me kind of pissed off for like an hour.
I saw that, and I saw that gave it like 5 seconds of
I was
attention.
so mad because it was corny.
But 42, well, 42. Okay, yeah, it's that's a myth at this point.
Yeah, shut up. Anywho, transitioning on to happier and more interesting news. So, it's the end of the year, and I want to do talking about like our favorite projects of the year first before we get into our other fun stuff. Um, and I will go first because I have them like all listed.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, I'm being responsible.
Mm.
So, um, I'm trying to do this in no particular order, but I guess it is in particular order. The first album that got me in a chokehold this year was Capri Songs by Twigs, which I've talked about, and I feel like I've talked about it multiple times on the podcast. And one day I'm going to talk about it in length, maybe, because I loved it. And it dropped like January 14th. So I have been listening to it all year long, like all year long. So good. It's just so good. And for people who are used to Twigs's like alternative, it's definitely got a more popular sound. So it's got like more what am I trying to say? Like more hip hop influence. It's got some like other stuff in there too, but like the people who are used to like, LP1 and like Video Girl, like all of her like original stuff is definitely different. But I love how Twigs is kind of malleable in the space of like being an artist. Like I think she is really fluid in like in the places that she is as an artist. And Capri Songs, I can't remember how it's really pronounced, is like or is, I realize that I say is like and in referencing things way too much. Capri Songs is a really good like offering to like being more versatile, and kind of like stepping outside. I won't say outside of her comfort zone, but doing things different and doing things that she's not used to doing or that we haven't heard her do before. So I really hope that Twigs gets the love that she deserves for it, because I mean everything about it, from her dropping visuals to the way that she promoted it on certain socials, to down to the CD. She had a special vinyl too that I missed, but even like the CD version, I will show it for those watching. I knocked all my other CDs down, but so like this is the, I don't know if it's gonna focus.
Oh, that's
Probably not.
because you're blurred. Because you're blurred.
Yeah, well, anyways, so like the album artwork is nice. The CD itself, like on the inside, I've taken pictures of it before. And yeah, I love everything about like how this album exists, how it is still existing in my life, and like how it exists in like the rollout. Yeah, so Twigs. Obviously Don FM. We don't have to talk about that anymore.
Hold on, did that actually come out this year?
No, but hold on. Let me be sure.
That's what I said. Because I had
I believe it came out this year. Let me not trip.
That came out
because After Hours came out
January.
Yeah. Yeah, both of them came out in January. Oh, and shit, I didn't realize that Don FM came out January 6th. So Don FM as well. I don't need to talk about that. I've done. There's so much talking on Don FM. So there's that. Now, my third, because that was the hardest part for me. I knew that Don FM and Capri Songs had to be in the count. So I was like, fuck, well, what's the next album that's in the count? And it's really hard. Um, fuck, really hard. Because I'm between a couple and I was looking at which ones I were gonna switch in and out. Um this choice is also kind of making me want to throw up. But I will put shit. Thought I had it together, but I don't. So I'm gonna put the album that I want to put there, which is Sid's album. Um, Sid's album was well. Also, I mean, Spotify Wrapped told on or not told on me, but like I listened to Sid's album a lot. But the album from top to bottom is really really good, and I wanted some true R&B on my top three that I was going to talk about tonight. So Sid's album, Broken Hearts Club, is my third. So these are my top three projects of this year that came out and just had me in a chokehold. Obviously, honorable mention to Candy Drip, but I feel like I would be doing Sid a disservice by, even though Candy Drip is a phenomenal album, like obviously it's phenomenal. I would feel like I'm betraying myself and doing myself a disservice if I didn't put Sid in the third spot. So those are my three from this year. I mean, now granted, honorable mention. Now let me have some honorable mentions real quick, just because I like to cheat.
Go ahead.
So the Forever Story JID, yes. I just
Oh,
rap. I could not put like I just enjoyed like the top three projects that I enjoyed this year were like just not rap. And I even though I wanted JID, like that album, and also like the albums that came out like in the middle of the year, because Forever Story came out what, October? No, shit, August. I think I listened to it late. I didn't listen to it in August. I think I
it
listened to
was
it in September.
it was August.
Yeah, so the Forever Story, and then also so Dreamville kind of took hold because Kenny Mason's album was really good too. And what's Kenny Mason's album called?
Awesome.
Oh, why am I blanking on the name of that album? Roughs, also very good. Both of those rap albums were good. Kenny Mason's album came out September 28th. And then Smino's album, Love for Rent, very good. I have not sat, I love Love for Rent. I just have not sat with it as much as I wanted to. And it was one of those that released, maybe Smino released in October. One of these albums released like later in the year. And so I have not had, yeah, Smino's album released October 28th. So I have not had a lot of time with it, but I love it, but I couldn't immediately put it in like in that three. And then Earth Gang also dropped. Like I'm thinking about the rap that hit me hard this year. Earth Gang Ghetto Gods was really good too. But none of them I wanted to be like, yeah, those are my top three. And again, it's hard, but all that stuff came out this year. So that's me.
Top three for me is Kendrick. That's
Mm-hmm. All three of them. I was like, yes.
no. Uh, big step, big stepper. I think I think that's the I think that's the one because I was while you were talking, I was like going back through my list to see if I didn't miss if I missed anything because just everything just combines
Not
together.
even that Nas album.
No, I haven't finished yet.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you said top three big steppers like that was the end.
No, that was no, but I would say that it's just because of just how well rounded that project was, but it's also one of those projects that you had to sit with and it challenged you.
I can agree
And
with that.
for me, it wasn't like I hit like some people like, oh, it's nothing. It was like, but this was like art, like this is true artistry. This was someone you could tell the time was taken. It was everything was very intentional. When I have to go back and do literally a deep dive to see, oh, some of the stuff is actually from 3 years ago they put out and how it's connected here and the whole entire story and whatnot. Like to me, it's like, okay, you did your damn job. Uh, definitely number, and if you really think about it, it's almost like a past, present, and future, right? Nas King's Disease 3. I think that's a great. I think that's a great album. Again, just shows Nas top tier form, but also shows of, I want to say new school, but this generation respecting
Mm.
the older and how to really mash up together to make something very beautiful and just bring the essence back.
I like it.
And that's their fourth album or project together, third trilogy, but still it was like just that level just brought something else out of Nas. I was like, wow, this is what, we won't say the person's name, but that's what that should have been. So I think on top of it, it really showed like, okay, Hit Boy, you, everyone knew who a Hit Boy was, but I don't think everybody knew Hit Boy was like getting down like, damn, you elevated, you produced, you know. And then and once you said it, I was like, damn, that was really good album. I have to put JID up there.
It was good.
It
Like,
was, I one thing was I did what got me was I did not I expected like it was going to that he was going to bring it, but I did not expect it to be like that. Like, God,
yeah, I mean, I did. I had pretty high expectations for it, and
but
I'm
not but
glad
not
that
but
it
not
didn't
but not the but not the way that he was, because you're a huge JID fan, but even you had to be like, wow, I didn't
yeah.
expect like, ooh, like you could actually sing, and
Well, right, he
ooh,
was like it just all of the things that came together for this album or that album for me were like the obviously like the lyricism and stuff like that, but he also put together an album like the way that it's just well done, like the way that it flows and it has a theme, like it's good. Like it's just really good. And I haven't sat with it in album form. Like sometimes I pick apart, but I like it as an album, but sometimes I'll either listen to it on shuffle or whatever. But yeah, I mean that JID album, real good.
I, honorable mention I'll put in there. West Side Boogie, Black Superheroes.
I think you mentioned that when it came out. I can't remember.
It is so good. Like to me, he is so underrated because, yeah, I don't know if it's, well, something because of the label that he's on, or labels that he's on, but I know that like LVR, what is it? I always keep messing up that label.
I don't know what that's supposed to be either, but
LVLRN, or is it LVRN? I
I
don't
think
know.
it's LVRN.
I think so.
I think.
I think so. But it's just, it was a well, like, the production was on point, the just smoothness of it, and like, when his first project, I was bumping heavy. This one, I was like, damn, I see the elevation. So I said that's look. So that's what I said. I dropped 3 with an honorable mention. Can I throw my worst project of the year in there?
I think. Yeah, I mean, I got my honorable mentions in there, and
Like,
like,
can I throw my worst project of the year in there?
no, no,
Come
no.
on, come on. I've already said it plenty times.
Fine.
Diet Drake, Jack Harlow.
The fact I still forgot that project draw. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I forgot that that happened.
For 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 how much hype and the machine is behind Jack Harlow, that album was terrible.
I forgot that it happened. I did. I did forget that it happened. It feels like it just, and that was summertime, but it feels like it just didn't happen.
But of course, if you go to the top four thing, like, oh, he's great, he did numbers, he's doing this, he's dating Dua Lipa now.
Is he dating?
Supposedly,
Is he really dating her? Didn't he make the song about
he
her?
made a song put out there in the universe, and supposedly
Well,
they're.
good for him manifesting his girlfriend or whatever shit. I don't know.
I don't know until I see until I see that photo of him feeling on her booty or breast like TJ Holmes
That's
did with Robot.
child. Please, please.
I don't believe half of this entertainment stuff. All right. Oh
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Well. Oh yeah. Beyonce did drop. I didn't listen to that one. So
Beyonce dropped. Yes,
I
it
didn't
was.
listen to
It was delightful. We talked about it. Last
it.
episode. Yeah, last episode.
Yeah. It's for y'all. It's for y'all. It's not for
Last
me.
episode. Yeah, 2 episodes ago. Last episode. I'm out of order. Like on which was I think the bonus episode was last week. So yeah,
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it was. Again, my brain be all over the place. Your girl is tired. So we're gonna keep it relatively short tonight, and we're gonna sneak over into new noise. But our new noise is someone that is completely new to both of us, which I love when that happens. And it was recommended to us. Also, side note, I really want to get like a new noise sound bite, but I don't know what it would sound like, obviously, because I can't sing or nothing, but that'll happen at some point. But the artist,
It could sound like that terrible radio voice that's always on your local station. This is the 104. Listen to that new noise.
oh my god, actually, maybe no, I'm just kidding.
Look,
Shut off.
I did that, and I'm tired of it.
Maybe. But so it's an artist that is new to both of us, and her name is Hennessy, and she's from, I believe she's from Rhode Island, and I want to like verify because I was reading her bio. And this recommendation came from one of our mutuals in our group chat named Bam. And
Bamster.
I wasn't gonna go there. Um
Oh, look at little Bamster.
why would you do
Little
that?
Bamster.
Why would you do that? Yes. So she's from, her name's Hennessy, and she's
Pause.
from Rhode Island. Look, you see how I'm ignoring you. You see me ignoring you. So she's from Rhode Island, and so after reading her bio, I didn't know this when Bam recommended her to us, but she's performed with A Boogie. So she's opened up for A Boogie, Polo G, and Jack Harlow. So didn't know that, but she's opened up for them. And
This project was better than Jack Harlow's.
I wasn't. That's not okay. So, anyways, this project was better than Jack Harlow's project. It's called Time Revealed. It is a 6-song, 17-minute EP, and I mean from top to bottom, perfection. Like I said,
Perfection?
group chat.
Perfection?
Yeah, I mean, I like for what it is, right? Like, I mean, it's not the perfect album, but like,
That's what I think this is not me hating on it because I'm about to come in.
niggas
But
is hating. No, I mean,
no.
like when I say perfection for a 6-song, 17-minute EP, it's very good.
That's what I mean. We're clarifying our words and being intentional. See, we're trying to be We're trying to be better broadcasters in the new year.
I mean, I like perfection. It was really good. I enjoyed it. It's now my album that I play to go run errands because it's the perfect amount of time. For one, it's 17 minutes. So if I'm like running up to the store or something or whatever, I'm playing it. So R&B. So first of all, that's the genre. It's R&B. It's I guess what y'all would call girly R&B these days. Obviously, thinking about love and
I disagree with
and
that.
things
I
or
disagree with that.
whatever.
I
You
disagree.
disagree with it being called girly R&B?
Yes, because first, I love this project.
That doesn't make it.
No,
That doesn't make.
no. Let me say.
Oh, here we go. Here's you about to be like R&B is gendered again or
No,
whatever.
no. I said let me go into this because I don't want to make it sound like I hate it. I actually love this project. Perfection, I'm not going to say it's perfection. However, if I was buying a stock, would I buy a shares in Hennessy? Yes. That I think it's I think with a little bit better production,
I
and
enjoy
that's
the production.
no what I mean by that is just just bump
Oh, just
just grow.
improving.
Yeah, Ju- is I don't but I think the production with her voice, because she has a very soft voice.
Yeah.
Is the production does not overpower her, if you know what I mean. So you hear more of the lyrics, you hear more of the inflections of
Yeah.
so, but for so that's just my little critique. But everything else, I loved it. I played it.
Yeah.
I played it 3 times in a row. I
Yeah. I
really
enjoyed
liked
it.
it. I wouldn't call to me is I'm not saying you said girly R&B. I'm like, oh, niggas could get into this.
Oh, and that's what I said. When I clarify, when I say girly R&B, I mean like song content wise, it is singing from a female perspective or like the woman's perspective. And again, as I said previously on that episode, that does not mean that men can't get into it because you're singing from that perspective. Um, but like for instance, my favorite song. Oh well, actually, I don't want to do this because mm,
I'll tell you my favorite song right now because I have it
I
actually up.
have a couple, but that nowhere with that storm forward.
Oh, that was. Oh yeah.
That's the fucking one. That's the fucking one.
Mm,
That's the
ah,
fucking
that's what.
one.
That's
That's
one
the
of them.
one. I think that's the one for me. And then right after that, switching
Switching
places.
plate.
Tho-
There, there we go. Switching places.
those are my two. Because,
No,
but
you know what? I'm going to say it from
I know
track
I'm gonna say it.
from track 3 to 6.
Oh no, the run,
That was
the
a
run,
run.
the run. Cause slime opens up and it's cool, like I like it, and then she can't was like getting you kind of like, okay, what's this girl Hennessy like? And then 3 to 6.
That that's a run. We always
Period.
this is something that we have just. I'm sure people talk about it, but we're adopting is that once you go on a run,
Love it.
it that tells me of you were intentional, maybe, and everything just flows. Like to me, I love when songs flow. It doesn't feel like it's just like a herky jerky.
Yeah. No,
They use the interlude for what an interlude is supposed to be to set up to that, or it builds
whew,
off. But this run from, like you said, from nowhere to switching places to can't let you go,
to
and
all
all,
for because all for nothing being the fucking end.
and that's the longest track too, and it doesn't feel
Let
like
me
it.
tell you something. Yeah. So
I'll
when
say
I
this: she does not. The one thing, and sorry to cut you off, but one thing I like to say, none of the tracks felt like she overstayed her welcome.
Oh no, and that's what I said. Again, just or not correcting, but saying what I meant by perfection for this to be a random kind of like, or not random, but like a recommendation out of nowhere. Don't know her, never heard her, don't out of anything. I say recommend me artist. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. Give me this. Like I don't, nothing. I don't necessarily have anything bad to say. Like this being my first project, listening to her, that's what I mean by perfection. I was just like, oh my god, yes. Like give me more. I now want more. I'm interested. You've got me as a fan. Like yes, because I mean, I love it, and I honestly love finding like this is what like gets me really excited about finding new artists and stuff like that because like she's really dope,
You
and
know
I
who?
want to see her do more.
Thought of would be a cool collab? Her and Deontay Hitchcock.
Oh, you know what? Somebody else was talking to me about Deontay Hitchcock, and I just haven't listened to his music in
Bro,
depth in a long time. But like, yes, I could see that. I could
that
see that.
that would be like a nice. That could be a nice, uh, smooth R&B hip hop mashup. Woo!
speaking of smooth, because I
But
love our good sis Hennessy,
but
and I'm
but
happy.
I just want to say that if you're listening to Hennessy, is I do this type of critique with any artist. So I love it. Can't wait to hear more.
Please and
Again,
thank you.
if I buy stock, I'll buy stock because everybody's into think it's a stock traders these days. But I would buy stock in you and definitely just keep going. Like I really want to hear more. I really want to hear more.
Likewise, girl. And actually, I mean, I wish I could have heard you open it up for any of those artists that were on tour because I probably would have came for you and then left. So, yeah, I like it. I love it. I want more of it. Please and thank you. And then one thing I wanted to say, um, I do like getting artists and like finding out about artists like this just like makes me happy. These are the things that excite me about, doing the podcast and, making sure that BINACT stays around in general. Like, just I get excited about stuff like that. Now,
Quality.
I do want to get into the next new noise, which is still isn't it still technically it's still new because it's new to both of us. The artist is you're more familiar with the artist than I am. I'm still familiar with Emotional Oranges, but
They've been
the
out for
project
a
just
while.
came.
But the project came out
Oh,
last
has it
Friday.
been out for a while? Oh, okay,
No,
okay, last Friday.
yeah,
But I mean, like it hasn't been out for like months or anything. So it's
no,
new to both of us because it's we listened. This here,
I want to hear your thoughts on this.
I don't remember the last time that I've listened to Emotional Oranges like in depth. Um, but this project, this was an 8-song, 24-minute EP, a bop, jazzy, soulful, wonderful bop. Um, I listened to it for the first time yesterday. Actually, I sat on the couch and I listened to it, and I was just like grooving and like I didn't really get a chance to like do a lyric, like a full lyric listen. So I was listening and like as far as like the musicality piece or how the music made me feel, that was because I did a listen. I did a listen on the couch and then I did a listen in the car.
Yes, you have to do it in the car.
And again,
Pause.
because of the timing of these albums, I can because like I can actually hear the full length of the album, in the car because they're not super long, which is great. And I can't wait to like play this all week long, honestly. Because that's what I did with Hennessy's album. I played it like I said, I played it getting in the car. I played it on like my Saturday morning wake ups, like whatever. So the Juice Volume 3 is the album that just came out last week.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Like I love it. I don't have a bad thing to say about it. I don't have a full kind of like
You want to tag me in?
I don't have a full set of feelings. I just want to say that it is a fun listen. It is an upbeat listen, and the timing of it is good. Like it's only 24 minutes, and the flow of it's perfect. Or again, I guess let me not
Yes.
hyperbolize. The flow of it is really nice.
All right,
You're,
you ready to tag me in?
yes.
All right. Because I'm more familiar with the group.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are.
I've listened to all their projects. And their last project, which was which was more of a collab, the Juice Box, which is
Mm-hmm.
mainly collabs with various artists, which they were cool, had a nice vibe to it, but I wasn't in love with it. And again,
You weren't in love with the collab album
with the
or this
collab
one.
with the
Okay.
collab album. And I kind of saw certain things that was like kind of made me start to feel a little like, hey, we may be going the full pop route.
Mm.
And and that kind of scared me because this is technically are they if you the thing is like R&B pop, right?
Okay.
Um, but what I mean is they go full pop. You
Oh,
know?
I got you. So just abandon the R&B part altogether.
Yeah, so it's like the one thing. So like their first project, I think both of you and me real enjoyed the mess out of it. Volume one, volume two, I
Yeah, I saw
think
volume 1. I haven't heard volume 2.
volume two is good. It's good, but I think they're trying to play around with different things and definitely sell like a vibe and everything with it. But
Let me tell you.
this one was, I'll say this. This is their most mature
Okay.
sounding project out of them. Like like you said, definitely upbeats. Like it's definitely like gets you on that like old school '90s vibe. That's the one thing I can say is
Yep.
they have a they have an
Yep.
ear of matching vibes, and it doesn't feel forced. It's like that good. That's that good nostalgic. Like, hey, okay, that's cool. Like real easy to like, hey, play whatever. But this one, I can say is this. They got they got some singles on here that with the right push can take them to
Yeah.
that could take them to that next level.
Give me
Uh,
yours cuz I have
okay,
mm,
I
give
got.
me yours.
All
Pick
right.
one. Pick one.
No, I could give you mine right now. Uh, she got a man.
Yes.
Let's see. I would say, okay, we're gonna talk about it. I'm going to say 6 through 8. I think that's their run.
Make
Of
me
course.
wanna
Hmm.
let me go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll tell you and I'll tell you why. Right? Remember what I said earlier is I was concerned about them going a certain direction and being very and losing that what made them them.
Mhm.
And I'll say this in the beginning, I did not like that production at all. The intros to it,
Really? I didn't
yeah.
know that.
And what I mean, it's kind of hard. Like you know how like you may hear a beat and you're like, huh, and then it just like, oh, okay, I see where it's going.
I do. That didn't happen to me here, but I know the feeling you're talking
But
about.
it happened to me here because of the first like 10 seconds of it, right? Until they started going in on it, um especially what's her name? And excuse me, Valley.
Hmm.
Like
I have a different
like
run suggestion, but
well, I would say this Valley with those two songs, I think both of the before Let Me Go, both of them was like that. Those were their showcase songs.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I could see
Yeah,
that.
so like I would say uh what is it? But definitely oh man, what's the one? Because again, 6 through 8, and I just had the track list in front of me. God,
I will say I will offer up my run,
on my
and
way,
yeah, on my
on
way.
my
That's 6, 7, and 8.
yeah. So make me wonder. I would say is homies staying the track while 7 was Valley's like to me her stand out and Let Me Go. Like that's a single.
I think they both just closed that out because that's the
That
last song on
yeah,
the project.
and that was like that run and she got a man. I was like, okay,
So my run is Petty to Slide All Night. Um, But I
Really,
think it's
I got re-listen to Slide All Night. I don't know if I was in
Slide
like
All Night is really fun. But to me, like that run from Petty to Slide All Night, and again, I didn't listen to the lyrics. So this is me just like feeling the album. That those songs feel really good to me and they feel sweet and they feel solid. So I could probably do another listen and maybe change that like that album run, like change my mind on that. But for my first, like since I listened twice, it would be Petty to Slide All Night to me. But again, all of these songs hold up and I mean, it's just like I was pleasantly surprised by like both of the new noise that we talked about tonight. Just pleasantly surprised at how much I could just enjoy effortlessly. And I love music that doesn't have like this entry point. Like, sometimes people recommend you stuff and like it'll come with like a like not necessarily a disclaimer, but it's like, yeah, like this music sounds like this or this, like where you have to like do all of that. I just love the fact that I could get into. I mean, Emotional Oranges, I still was pretty familiar with them, so I kind of knew what to expect. But just jumping into it and being like, oh yeah, this is fucking dope. I love that. Like just the ease of being like, yep, this shit slaps. I'm cool with it.
yeah. This
I fuck with it.
yeah yeah. This was a good closeout. Like I said, to me, Vi. I think you could. I think if you listen to Volume 2, you may have the same feeling. Like when you listen to Volume 1, you're like, I fuck okay.
Right, I
I
get
fuck
it.
with it. I get it, and I fuck with it. Right. Volume 2, I think you're playing around with different things. It wasn't like a far departure, but at least it was still in that realm.
Right.
While this one, I think, was a nice mashup of what threw you, what brought you to the party.
Right. Yeah. And I guess
And
like if I had heard volume 2, maybe I'd have a different opinion about volume 3.
and
But
like I said, you gotta listen to the collab album, just because of certain songs. You were like, okay, like uh uh, my there's a joint called "Take You Down to Miami" with oh, what's her name, Spanish lady, or whatever her name
Shakira?
is.
I don't know.
No,
Shakira?
Becky G.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Down to Miami, yeah, down to my,
LOL. Not me saying Shakira.
like, but that type of vibe, and that was, to me, like, that was one of the highlights of that album, of the Juice
Gotcha.
Box. So when I heard that influence, I was like, okay, and I was like, this, please don't let it sound forced. But what Valley was doing with the harmonies and everything, just riding it so well, I was like, okay, like, that's, to me, is, sometimes when you do like those, when you do certain mashups or certain vibes or whatever, certain things kind of scare you just from a listener standpoint. I won't say like it makes you want to run away, but you're
Right.
like rock rap. Sometimes, like, is this really going to work, or rock and techno, or what? It's like,
Or it's
is
just
it?
like when it works, who does it? That's what I mean by like
Yeah.
jumping into something and be like, okay, this just works. Like I don't have to be like, ooh, is this gonna like cringe? It's just like like the buy-in, like you said. And I think if I'm remembering correctly, I mean it's been, oh my gosh, this is our 50th episode, by the way. I'm segueing into a point, but
What?
this is our 50th episode. Um
50?
mhm.
Oh, almost time for
Isn't that
almost time
wild?
for us to get our AARP cards.
But I was remembering when Jay Nolan was on, and didn't he say something? I'm pretty sure it was him about like this program, and maybe he was like helping build it or something where artists can get like where it's like people can put stock in artists or something like that. I'm
No,
pretty sure.
I would.
No, but I
I
think like, isn't there something that exists like that? I feel like Jay
Yeah,
Nolan was talking about it.
we were talking about that, and because he brought it up, and I brought it up on a previous episode. It was like you could buy different stocks, like stock options, or like you can get royalties from certain songs, and like, but the artists that were like on the ground floor level, it was like kind of, excuse me, made it kind of like not even like good investment per se, if you were
Right,
actually doing that, just because
right,
you're like,
right, right.
like, are you just doing this for a quick money grab type of thing, or is it like, yo, I'm actually putting like legit songs that I think could actually make do units and make you'll hear like Grammys or play on top 40 all the time that you're like, oh,
Right.
I'm getting actual return on this.
Right, right, right. Yeah, that's just when you had said that, that's what it made me think of. And then it reminded me that this is our 50th episode, which is crazy. But yeah, I just new noise this week was like something that I was super ready to talk about. Um, and
I'll
I'm
probably go
glad we
back and
did.
listen. I'll probably go back and listen to both of them.
Oh yeah, these are like in my
when-
rotation now.
I'm not,
These are
I
my
mean, like I'm about to
rotation.
listen to them actually when we get off.
Okay. So yeah, first of all, Hennessy, and so I'm pretty sure Hennessy is spelled like um
Now that was my problem. That was my problem. Just from a search standpoint.
yeah, Hennessy is spelled like the liquor. So yes, so it, obviously if you just type in the word Hennessy, I just did it, Hennessy is going to come up.
See,
Um
I did that and three different Hennessy's popped up.
I did it on well actually did I directly click the link? I directly clicked the link from the group chat and it brought her, like the page where it like lets you click your favorite streaming platform. So I did it that way. Um
Yeah,
but
mine's didn't. I because I was on Title's actual web player and I typed it in.
okay.
So her name, just so that everyone's familiar, is and how to spell it. That's what I mean. Is the spelling of her name is Hennessy.
Isn't that how the liquor is spelled? I'm not tripping.
I think it's it
No,
may,
the liquor is spelled the same exact way.
but I just want to because
But
what I
yeah,
mean. But my thing, because when I type it in, right, I was like, oh, she got more projects, but it's different Hennessy's.
there are multiple Hennessy's that come up. Two or all three of them are verified artists. And now when I type in Hennessy, the first one that comes up is her because I've been listening to the music. But her picture, so for clarification, her picture is she's got like these a really elaborate like braid style updo. So if you're trying to find her, it's her. But the project is called Time Revealed. So if you type in Hennessy Time Revealed on your streaming service, she'll pop up.
Yeah,
And then Emotional Oranges. I mean, for those of you, me and AD know Emotional Oranges, but if you are unfamiliar, Emotional Oranges is just two words, Emotional Oranges, and the project we're talking about is don't play
Mm-mm.
copyright. Shut up. The project name is called The Juice Volume 3.
And they call it end of a saga. So now we gotta see. Now I'm sure that was two. This 21. This 22. So probably 2 years or 18 months. Uh, we're hopefully we get. We'll see what they do.
I'm excited for it.
But yeah, but if I see, and when I say I listen, like they got singles on, like legit singles, I'm like this. That could go, that could chart, and it's only from an old mindset because
Yeah, I mean, it's the way we think these days, unfortunately. But
yes, if it's a
um,
good, if it's, and I think the older audience knows, but for newer listeners or younger listeners, is when you have a project, you usually if they really believe in it and was like really popular or whatnot, you could usually get three singles out, maybe even four.
these days people just drop singles and then albums be the
Yeah.
singles.
So
But you know,
going off of what we're talking about, to me, I could see, like I said, about three, maybe four. I know they put "Bounce" as the main single. I don't think I don't think I would put "Bounce" out as the main single. I think "She Got Man" should have been the first one.
hmm. Well, you know what? regardless, that the whole that the entirety of that project is so solid that they could really get away with any of them, to be
I think,
honest.
yeah, that's just it's just a thing
Just let
about,
you know.
you know, if I was A&R in it, but I know that Rory is A&R this project and whatnot. So there you go.
Insane.
Hmm.
Good for that man. One thing I want to say before we wrap.
Why do I sound shit? Why do I hear shade in that?
Oh, good for him. Seriously. Good
As
for,
as I
good for
much
that man.
as I munch away on these M&Ms because I can't
AD
have.
is really trying to not help himself by just eating cookies that he know he allergic to.
You don't
I mean,
understand.
after now, I mean, I was hoping that, that he didn't get itchy or swell up on camera, but if
Oh,
after we get off camera, I can't help
trust
him.
me. There's a little there's a little tickle in the throat.
I
So
can't help him when we get off camera. One thing I want to say, but before we go for real, is that we've obviously been recording long enough to have a Spotify Wrapped because we just started recording on or putting all our stuff on Anchor. It's been a year and some change. So this year we had a Spotify Wrapped for the podcast, which I thought it was so cute. So this year we released 22 episodes. AD, I don't know if you saw that,
no,
and we put out.
I don't listen to the green. I don't listen to the green.
Oh, I mean, I posted it. I mean, so like I posted it on Twitter. Um,
Huh.
but
What's the Twitter for those who want to follow us on Twitter?
Oh, yes. I mean, if you just search BINACT, BINACT everywhere, hashtag BINACT everywhere, you'll find us. And the Twitter is BINACT1 because funny story, and I'm going to tell it very shortly. I am the creator of the first BINACT, and that account is like in Twitter hell. So that's why I had to make another one, and it's now BINACT1. So don't know how to get rid of it or fix it or whatever. So that's why that is the way it is. Um, but we released 22 episodes, 1,000, so 1.3 thousand minutes of content. Sorry, I was trying to
So
think of that.
1300 minutes.
Yes, 1,300 minutes, 1.3.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it seems, or maybe that's how much we have as a whole. Because remember, I loaded everything.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
so that's every episode that we've ever recorded, and we were listened to in 4 countries. So I don't know the other three. I mean, I could find out, but apparently we were played in 3 other countries.
I would like to know what these other countries.
I will do some typing and tell you when we wrap up. But I'd have to type and then let the thing load, and then it's gonna take a while.
I wonder if one of them was the Isle of Man. It's
Maine?
Isle of Man.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
That's a little Scottish country
Oh,
or a little island. Well, but I would like to know where these
I'll
other.
tell you. So like shout out to y'all because it just makes this labor of love feel extra loving. Recording the podcast every other week with my homie, and also one day, because a lot of times people ask, where did we meet? And I realized that, I mean, we did have the conversation probably in like our first couple episodes, but we don't talk
Yes.
about how we met. And I mean, sometimes we do, but then, whatever. So, one day I think I'll either record us a bonus episode or something talking about it so people know. But also our so Spotify, the data did like a listener personality, so it's basically saying what the personality is of the listeners. So everybody who listens to us on Spotify, at least, um are, so it's called the enthusiast. So like the Wrapped did a type of like a listener type. And so it says your listeners are super fans. When their favorite podcast releases a new episode, they're among the first to know, going above and beyond to show their support, which made me feel really good. And it also kind of made me think that that's how they listen, like how our demographic listens to music as well, which would make me super happy. But yeah, our Wrapped, like it just surprised me that that 1,300 minutes in 4 countries was like, what? That's kind of crazy. So, shout out to us for
Yes,
doing
increase.
that.
Shout out to us, but let's increase those numbers. Share, post,
Yeah,
do what you
doing
can.
the CTA part of our podcast is a lot. And I mean, in the new year, we can talk about just like quickly talk about new year goals and things. In the new year, I want to make sure that we get better at having cute little like sound bites that are shareable and figuring out social media better. It's really hard currently to just know how to work social media in the best way for our platform. But having the ease of like sharing and making sure that people hear us, it's a work for the new year. So believe me, it's coming. But please share. And when you do like our episodes, like tell people and tag us and talk to us. Like, I mean, we love talking to each other, but we definitely also love talking to y'all. So shout out to everybody who's like been responding to us, like Imp and Sherelle and a couple of other people that have just been telling me what like what they listen or how they listen and what they enjoy about the podcast. And even if you get this far, because our podcasts are like an hour long, so if you do not always get to the end, no hate, but if you do get here, I super appreciate it, and I know AD appreciates it too.
Yes, especially yes, I appreciate it, especially those that want to disagree with me or want to ball up their fists and take
So
swords
first of
to me.
all, sure, wait, I do have to read what she sent back to me because we were having a conversation. I gotta open up my other profile.
But yes,
Um,
while she gets that, but this is appreciation. You know, we are always trying to get better, and I think going into the new year, I think maybe we can, if Tidal and Spotify can do it, I don't know why we can't do it. Maybe we can create our own monthly playlist of just what we're listening to and whatnot, just to share it out with you guys.
AD, I would love to bring that back. It just requires so
Eh,
much.
Not
What?
really, not really. We could talk about that off air, but
Yeah.
um,
Well, yeah, yeah. We'll be working on the things. I
yeah,
did pull up. I pulled up the message, and so Cheryl came back and she said, "Oh, I didn't mean to make AD feel bad." And I said, "I don't think he really took it personally." Oh, but that was so funny. So I told her, I said, the Arthur Fist was so funny, I had to give him hell for it. So I thought it was hilarious.
yes, people just don't understand me. I express myself differently. I
Oh
love
Lord.
differently.
Oh Lord.
All right. Shout out to Joe Budden for that song. Great song.
Oh Lord. But yes, well, this is our last episode until next year. So everybody please be safe. Enjoy your holiday season. Um, love on yourself, love on your people if that's what you want to do. And we will talk to you in the new year. Crazy. I'm just shocked. All right. In the BINACT podcast, where we talk music, the people that make it, and the communities that listen to it, we will talk to you in 2023. Bye, y'all.